Okay, in this quick tutorial, I'm just going to run through a few things to know when you're changing the measurements that you're using in a document or in InDesign in general. So the first thing is that to change the units and increments, so in this case from inches to centimeters in one document, then with the document open, we can go to InDesign, Preferences, and then Units and Increments. Okay, and this is where we can change those units and increments for this one document. So we can change our units in the horizontal and vertical separately. Okay, so we can select those, click OK, and our units and increments now for any shapes, as you can see, or type that we select will be in centimeters. Okay, so you can see here in the horizontal and the vertical, they're both in centimeters for the location and width and height. If I want to do that, I can also just right click on the rulers. If your rulers aren't showing, go to View and Show Rulers. Okay, so we can toggle that on and off by going to the View menu or by holding down Command and R or Control and R on the PC to toggle off those on and off those rulers. So we can also change our units and increments within the rulers as well. So if we right click here, we can change our centimeters to inches. Okay, and we can change them separately. Okay, another useful tool in terms of measuring things out or working with size in InDesign is that we can relocate the 0 point. Okay, so at the moment we have 0 at the top left of our document here, but if we come to this very small box at the top left, we can drag in our 0 point to a particular object. So you can see here I'm snapping to the top left of this type object. I've got 0 and 0, which means now that when I'm measuring things out, it's measuring from 0 on that top left point, which can be very useful. Now if I want to reset that, then I'll just double click here and that will reset 0 to the top left corner. Now one other thing that's happening here is that when I change my units and increments, I'm just going to save this document here. So I'll change this to centimeters. Okay, and then save this. Now if I go to File and New, make a new document, the new document is still measuring in inches. Okay, so although we've changed the units and increments for this one document that we've got open to centimeters, it hasn't changed it for all new documents. That's still in inches. In order to do that, we actually need to close all our documents, so make sure all your documents are closed in InDesign, and then at that point go to InDesign, Preferences, Units and Increments, and change your units and increments from inches to centimeters or whichever other unit of measurement you want to use. Okay, and now once I've done that, if I make a new document, then you can see it's now in centimeters. Any new documents will be in centimeters there. So just another example. So if I go to File and open Recent and open up the units and increments project I was working on, this is in centimeters. Okay, even if I change this now to inches, okay, when I go to File and New, my new document is still going to be in centimeters. So there's just some little quirks of the system when you're working with it in InDesign in terms of when and how you change the units and increments. Okay, I hope this has been useful. Some of these tools work the same in other Adobe applications such as Illustrator when you're setting the units that you want to work with throughout the application, and the ruler right click also works in Illustrator and in Photoshop as well in terms of being able to set the units and increments up here too. Okay, if you have any more questions about InDesign or about other applications, then please don't hesitate to send me a tweet at Ben Halsall, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial.